Okay, so people at home, people in the classroom, we're going to talk about prepositional phrases. All right? Write down everything you see unless I tell you otherwise. Okay? First thing, what is a preposition? Any word or group of words that relates a noun or a pronoun to another word in a sentence. Okay? Jot it down. Jot it down. Any word or group of words that relates a noun or a pronoun to another word in a sentence. Now, you may ask yourself, Henderson, why? Why do you make us write these notes if you post them? Here's why. There is a connection when you are physically writing something down versus just looking at it. Okay? If you write your notes, you will always remember what you were writing better than if you had simply read it. Okay? Any word or group of words that relates a noun to a pronoun or to another word in a sentence. Now, what I'm also going to tell you is, right now that definition might be a little vague, but when we get into the examples of it, I think it will make it more clear. Okay? So what do you mean by relate? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Okay? And then, when you have this definition written down, put your pencil down so I know you're done. So in English, you use prepositions to connect nouns or between nouns and pronouns. Now, we go back to elementary school if we need to, right? Nouns, person, place, or thing, right? Pronouns, words that take the place of nouns, right? Instead of, Bo, I say he, right? Etc. Okay? So it forms a connection. Okay, so at the top it says, imagine that you encounter two nouns, elephant and book. Okay? You can use the prepositions in a lot of ways to connect the two nouns to express different ideas. So the idea is when we alter the preposition, when we change the preposition, we change the meaning of the relationship between the two words. Understood? So, in our first example, and you don't need to write all of these, if you just have one, that's fine. The book about the elephant. Okay? We have our noun book, we have our noun elephant, we have our preposition about. Okay? If we change the preposition, it now means something different, right? The book by the elephant, the book behind the elephant. Every time the preposition changes, it changes the meaning, or rather the relationship between the two words, book and elephant. Okay? So everything that's underlined is a prepositional phrase. We established the nouns, book, elephant, the preposition, the word in the middle that establishes the relationship. The entire underlined thing is what is known as a prepositional phrase, and you will be identifying prepositional phrases today in your assignment. Okay? Under the elephant, near the elephant, in front of the elephant. Okay? All examples of prepositional phrases. So here we have listed a couple other examples of prepositional phrases. Just jot a couple down, just so you have something other than the first ones with the elephant in the book. I think it'll help you identify it when the time comes, okay? So maybe just like 2 or 3 of these, and that'll be fine, okay? So here's the thing. When you're looking at a sentence and you're trying to figure out what the prepositional phrases are, okay, you'll see this is not something that's difficult. Like, you'll get the hang of it to where you won't even have to do this. You'll just see them and underline them. But the point is, it will never be the verb, okay? If we eliminate the prepositional phrase on the chair, we can easily see that the coat is the subject and is the verb, okay? So it will never be the subject or the verb in the sentence. If you know how to find the subject and you know how to find the verb, remember verbs are action words, something we're doing, or is a state of being, okay? So it's never the subject or the verb. You can cross those two out, which only leaves so much of the sentence left, and you determining the prepositional phrase. Okay? Questions? All that makes sense? It should. It should. So people at home, we are taking a stab at the assignment, right? It looks like this. It says prepositional phrases and practice worksheet, okay? It has 5 questions. The directions are to underline the prepositional phrases in these sentences. Pretty self-explanatory, not much more for me to say than that, right? You see a prepositional phrase, underline it. Understood? Okay.